Hello everyone! After defeating the King Slime, we are now ready to head into the Copper Age, seeing as we finally got the bonding gel from the Slime King, or the King Slime. Pretty sure his name tag said Slime King when we fought him, but alright. Anyways, what I want to do today is I actually want to see what we need for, like, supply-wise. Some copper and rope. Well, a lot of copper and some rope. The rope, though, is going to require cloth, so we're going to have to find that. Here's another hammer that needs a power free. Okay. Been finding some of these around. Not sure what we can do with that yet. Found some nails. That's a first. Katana crowbar. Or crowbar katana. Metal tower. Does that mean that the broken katana's up here? That'd be pretty good. That probably means that we need one up here though. But I think if we can reforge the katana, that'd be our best in-slot weapon. Like better than this copper sword at least. Here's another one of those signs. We have to go up. Oh, well, let's climb the tables. Oh, would you look at that? There's a plane up there. Well, here's a crowbar. Has hammer power 2, so that is better than our current hammer, at least. Well, we can go farther. We just have to watch out. You know, I'm not really a big fan of large urban cities, but this looks really cool. The dev did such a great job with how it looks. What the heck kind of construction work is this, man? Thank God this, game actually controls pretty tight. Oh, the broken katana. Let's yoink that. We can reforge that now. Oh boy. Like heights, man. Can we jump down here? Yes. Down here? Is there actually any fall damage in the game? I would test this out, but I also don't really want to fall to my death. I know what? This is pretty close to home. Ow. Okay, there's fall damage. Alright, well that's not what I thought I was gonna find right off the bat, I will admit. Let's head back, check this out. Ah, it's not actually better than our copper sword. It would have been better... Actually, no, it wouldn't even have been better? I'm confused. I guess the critical damage is a lot better. Attack speed is lower, the range is higher. Well, seeing as you do find this item, and it isn't crazy expensive either. Doesn't make sense, it isn't going to be super great. Well, let's put that away for now. I don't really want to sink my resources into fixing that, to be honest. However, we can make a ton of rope now. So that's good. We found a lot too. But we just need more copper. We don't need to make the hammer anymore, seeing as we have the crowbar now. That is the same amount of hammer power, which means we don't have to fight the King Slime anymore. Let's make the copper helmet, and then we need to go down there and collect some more. I think we gathered all the cables we could from this area. So we have to head down a layer. Seems like there's a lot more furniture here too. Man, there's also a lot more slime though. And something that I found out, it doesn't seem like axe is actually stronger. What the hell? I was gonna say, it doesn't look like I need to switch between my copper sword and the axe. I didn't think it was gonna be that strong. What the heck is the point of all these blades then? I kinda just automatically assumed it was gonna be better. Guess could have killed the King Slime a lot easier that way too. Alright, any cables in here? Doesn't look like it. I think that means we cleared out this entire floor of cables. What is farther down though? Yet another one of these statues. Aha! Look at this. So we need a tier 2 pickaxe for this, so we need to make the copper pick for that. I'm guessing that is the next layer. This city. Right, start clicking the craft. That's a good amount of copper ingots, that's for sure. Let's see, we need the copper pickaxe. We didn't need the hammer. We already made the helmet. So, just these two. Enter the nest. Yeah, so as expected, that probably means the nest mother offering is something we need to make next. Silk, fiber, acid, goo, blast powder. We're gonna get a bunch of new items by the looks of it. However, there is still the quest to make a vegetable stew. That one actually isn't crazy expensive, as long as we have some potatoes laying about, which we don't. And we don't because I already made all of those into baked potato. However, though, I think what I want to do instead of just running down there and killing the next boss already, I want to prepare a little bit, explore the area, loot all the items around. Seems like we got some potatoes, so that's good. When the plan was to do that at the beginning of the video, but then we found the katana, So that stopped us real quick in our tracks. Let's see, let's make the vegetable stew a couple times. That's great, because that is some good food actually too. Alright, let's go explore the rooftops. There is still that area over there. I really like these drawings. They explain it in somewhat of a natural way, like how the world is designed. You could see it as graffiti, I suppose. What the hell is that supposed to mean? I am not sure. That is kind of disturbing looking. Another wealth amulet. We don't have any open spots though. Ooh, the key. Oh, this showcases where the key is at. So we just have to go down. It's at the bottom, I would imagine. Because I doubt it's going to be 3 layers down. We already explored that area. Could be that there's like 3 different monster types, and that's considered 1 floor. So this first floor would be the slimes, then this would be whatever the buggy boys are going to be, where we're going next. And then it would be under that. And then the key allows us to go in here. I guess maybe the bird icon means freedom? Freedom is in here? I'm not sure. Also something interesting, I opened the inventory, I saw the bestiary. I was looking at that real quick. It seems like you can unlock their drop items as well as their like weaknesses. Yeah, these deal sharp damage. This deals blunt damage. The slimes in general, they're strong against sharp and weak against blunt. If I'm reading this correctly? Or is it the other way around? Let's do some testing on that. Actually, let's kill some hoarder slugs first. We need to kill 20 of them. Alright, sluggy boys. Alright, so it deals like 8 to... Well, I'm not sure actually. That dealt like 8. This deals significantly less. It's also weaker, so... These are all the items they can drop. So we need to kill a couple more to see their weaknesses. I kinda doubt that they actually have weaknesses. Wow, they actually dealt damage. I didn't think they would be able to do that. Alright, let's see. Yeah, they have no resistances. They deal 1 damage. Alright, well, back to the slimes, I suppose. And let's test it out on one of these bad boys. 4 phrase. Yeah, I feel like the minus is actually what we want to use then. But I guess it makes sense, because that's resistance. It's plus 50% resistant to blunt. I'm guessing that just talks about their defense. Well, with that knowledge in hand, let's head all the way down to this area. Knock down the wall. And you not slimes. Oh my god, dude. Let's quickly run in here. I'm gonna assume that my assumptions are wrong. I was gonna say I'm gonna assume that they're weak to blunt, but... Ow, ow. Okay. They hurt. Buggy man. They drop everything we need. That's good. We can also destroy all these things for more fiber. Presumably there's more in them than just fiber. But honestly, I'm not sure. It doesn't really seem like it. So there's 2 different enemies here. The explosive maggots, which are these dudes. So we need to just stay away from them. They drop the blast powder. Then the regular maggots, they drop the acid that we're looking for. I'm gonna quickly look around a little bit. What the hell did we find? Abandoned market. There's another one of these icons, alright. Ooh, that's some good stuff. What was that? Not sure, that just seems like an icon, I guess. Maybe for blacksmithing? A life force bracelet. Gives 5% movement speed, health, and healing regen. That's actually better than these shoes. So let's put those on. Basically the shoes plus extra buffs, so that's good. There's a bunch of ingots around. I like the market. Sadly though, it's not that large. We have to get out of here already. Alright, interestingly enough, seems like the exploding dudes also deal damage to the surrounding enemies. Let's see, we're back at the entrance. There was another hallway we could go. And what is going on over here? This is another altar. I don't see any other places we can go. Alright, we unlocked everything in the bestiary. We should have a ton of supplies as well. Let's get the heck out of here. Ah, there's a door here. And I needed a hammer power free. Alright, we're back at base. Let's see, what are they weak to, I wanted to say, but I guess the maggots don't have a weakness. That could be bad, because it probably means that their boss variant also doesn't have a weakness. Well, let's make the offering. Seems like it's going to be a worm that's popping out of the ground. So before we actually go and fight that thing, I wanted to see if we have, like, the maxed out things that we can have. Because I don't feel that much stronger than when we fought the other guy. But it looks like we have every single crafting station. I'm not sure if this boss is going to unlock something new or we have to wait for another update. But I suppose we'll see. Because we're unable to craft better items so far. We got the offering right here. Let's actually eat the food first, because I learned this time. Because it takes a little while for it to generate up to max HP. But alright, let's summon the Nest Mother. Look at him. Well, so far it doesn't seem to be too bad. It seems to be just snatching at us. We just move out of the way, and you see it move. I think this is a lot simpler so far than the King Slime. Ow. Well, I guess I spoke too soon. Let's have some of these blow up. Come on. There we go. Boom. Ow. Alright, well, we dealt with the minions. Back to what we were doing. I'm guessing phase 2 is going to be a bit more difficult. I mean, it looked like with the King Slime, over time it became a lot more difficult to fight him, because he became faster, and he became harder to hit as well. I guess the minions are now the main necessary evil. Alright, here they come again. Ow, ow, ouch. These dudes don't have the power, it looks like, to blow up each other, unlike the regular variants. I guess they're just weaker altogether. Alright, well, dealt with that. I'm guessing there's one more wave of enemies before the boss is dead. Maybe not? I guess not. Oh boy, what do we get? Fire resistance fiber. We'll check out what it does in a sec. Let's first collect all this blast powder and other supplies. Luckily there's some particles coming off of it. Makes it a lot easier to spot, seeing as it's kind of hidden under this mound here. Build a blast furnace. I'm guessing we can build that... Wait, yeah, never. I think this was already here. I just never thought about looking at it for some reason. And we also got a new anvil. Okay, well, I may have just been blind, because I think it was already there. So saying that there wasn't anything new, I guess was a lie. I'm guessing we're gonna unlock the third pickaxe, maybe. Or the pickaxe power 3, and then we can mine this, what looks like gold ore. Alright, let's build this thing. And then there was also an anvil. We need more iron ingots. Okay, how do we make that? I thought it was the front. Whoops. Let's hope we get everything back. Ah, sweet, we do. Love it when games do that. Alright, let's see. What do we need for iron? Metal scrap, blast powder, and goo. Good, because we should have a bunch of it. Let's make a couple. Then we need to build the anvil. And now we should... Yes, here we go. We unlocked a new tier. That's iron and jade. We need some iron to craft the third hammer. That allows us to go to the next area. And also deal with some of these. Make a better katana. A better pickaxe that we need for whatever the gold stuff is at. Or whatever the gold stuff is. We need silk. I think silk was crafted in here. Yeah, we just need the spider silk for that. The silk fiber. I think priority number 1 would be to make 5 iron ingots. Just because we can harvest these a bit faster. And that gives us the scrap metal that we need for the iron. Alright, with that we can now make our hammer. And after that we have a choice. I think I'm just gonna go for the axe rather than the katana. Or maybe the pickaxe. A pickaxe might actually be smarter now I think about it. Because we can mine that gold looking stuff. So we have another resource to play with. But alright, what does this do? Oh, it's the jade. Oh man, yeah, let's make the jade amulet, like, straight away. The jade sword seems to be better than the pickaxes, so yeah, let's definitely not make that katana. But I think there was another jade spot, yep, right up here. Take that. That is 1 hit now, heck yeah. So what is this? Sulfur. Ah, okay. Well, not as interesting then. I do want to run all the way back down, because I believe that in the bazaar area there was a jades, whatever the thing was. Oh wow, I didn't even see this spot right here. Well, heck yeah. That's not what I was thinking about. But honestly, that's better. Maybe I've seen it on one of the upper floors? It also wants us to enter the mid-levels, and this is where I saw it. There we go, we got the jade. I guess while we're here anyway, we may as well check it out, right? Take a little peek. Spooky mid-levels. What the heck is... What the hell is this? Gonna be like, what the heck is this? But I guess that goes down farther. We need axe level 4. And we can only make up the third one, though. That is not something we can mine. Is there anything around here? Seems to be a bunch of different crystals. None of it can be mined, though. Could very well be that this might not be finished yet. There's no quest, so... I'm guessing this is an unfinished area. Yeah, good thing we checked it out now instead of at a later date. Alright, let's go back up. Let's make an absolute ton of this scrap metal. Turn it all into ingots. The iron variety. And then let's see. So we still need the axe. We can make the jade sword. Which then, funny enough, isn't actually better than our axe anymore. What do we need for this? Right, the silk. We need 30 of it. We also need more iron. Alright, let's see how much silk we can make. We need a total of 30. I think we had 90, so we should have enough, actually. Yeah. Alright, let's make ourselves an iron set. And it looks like we don't need anything else. So, I think we did it. I think all that's left to do in the game so far would be to construct a base. I've been using the greenhouse, but there is a full-on building system. As well as some items that we can use to decorate. I mean, I'm guessing these pots can also be used for planting, but... Ooh, and an end piece for roofs. You don't see that every day. Yeah, I think in the next episode, we're gonna be constructing a base down below over there, where you spawn. The greenhouse is quite nice, but honestly, I thought it would be a bit more dangerous, seeing as I saw the slugs, but they don't do anything. So let's build a base over there. For now though, I hope you all enjoyed, and I see you all in the next one. Bye everyone.